What's up, comic friends? Welcome back for another Critical pull list. I'm going to start it off a little bit different today because I got a little package I want to open up. Give you a little spoiler. It is my first CGC comic book. I have this other graded book, CBCS though, that my cousin got me. He kind of just randomly picked one because he wanted to get me my first graded comic. But I've got an actual key over here. So let's open this bad boy up somehow. Okay. She is. Here she is. Oh, that is some hardcore packaging. Now, I don't usually care that much about graded comics or collecting keys and stuff like that, but I saw this and it gave me the idea for kind of a funny collection. Get out of there. All right, there you go. Here's my perfect 10 Strange Adventures number 205, the first appearance and origin of Dead Man. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a 1.0. My bad. I thought it was a perfect 10. So I think I'm just going to collect 1.0s if I ever buy anything. And I even want to try to find like a modern book that somehow got graded as a 1.0. Like maybe the cover's like mostly torn off or something. But man, this actually looks pretty good. Who cares if it's a 1.0? It's actually been read and used. It's from 1967. It should look like it, right? So it's a 1.0. I'm calling it my Nearly Dead Books. And it's got a dead guy for my first part of the collection. So I think it's pretty fitting. I'm actually designing a model that I can 3D print to hang this up. Man, this is awesome. Looks really cool. My first CGC, sweet, and it's a real key. It's cool that this came out in 1967, and they're still putting out a new series that just came out. It's awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Put that bad boy there for now. So that's sweet. If you got a modern book that's a 1.0 and you want to get it off your hands, let me know. Doesn't even have to be a key or anything, just any old modern book. But let's get started with the rest of the video. I'm gonna go over last week's pulls, what came out this week, and what I'm looking forward to next week. Let's go. So kicking it off with DC per usual. We got Absolute Green Arrow number 2 on the top of the stack. And this was a really good book, just like the first one was. It still doesn't have too many answers for you about what's going on, who this new Green Arrow is. You do find out a bit about Oliver Queen's past and what he was doing towards the end of his life and how he kind of had a feeling something was going to happen. There's some really cool action and some dark scenes. A really important character dies. So it was good, and I'm still looking forward to the rest of these, and I hope it keeps this kind of dark tone it has. It's one of the darker absolutes. Just about every issue has someone being murdered so far. Next up is Justice League Dream Girls, a DC Pride event, issue 3, The Trial of Galaxy and Dreamer. So this is pretty much what it sounds like. The Justice League is kind of having a trial to decide whether they should kick Galaxy and Dreamer. Dreamer's not part of it, but deciding whether to kick Galaxy out. And pretty much at the beginning, it's Galaxy's kind of trying to defend herself and trying to say the right words. But in the end, she's like, you know what? I don't care if you guys approve of me. I'm here to save people's lives, and Dreamer needs me right now, not you guys. So I'm going to go be a hero like I'm supposed to be. And she goes and starts trying to help Dreamer out, who's being manipulated by this evil guy in her dreams. So this has been pretty good, and looking forward to the end. Now we got Deathstroke, the Terminator, issue 4. I really like this one because it slowed things way down. You have kind of normal day-to-day type moments when Deathstroke's daughter saves his life, and they kind of go to like a diner, and it's kind of like a father-daughter issue. And at the end, Deathstroke kills some dude that was like just being rude to her, and he kills him in the bathroom or something like that. She realizes that he'll never change and that he's just messed up, even if he's her dad. He's kind of on his own again after that. She abandons him. Next up is Batwoman issue 4. We finally start to get some more information in this, and we find out why Batwoman's been acting kind of out of character, and it's because there's someone that's impersonating her. And I won't get too much into the details, but it's someone that if you're familiar with Batwoman, maybe you already know. It's kind of connected to her past and to her lore, but it's new to me and it's getting pretty interesting right now. Next up for DC is actually the Things Pick of the Week for best art, because he can't read. Poor guy. And that is Lobo issue 4 with art by Jorge Corona. There's one page in particular of this that is just so awesome. I'll show you guys that one, or at least I'll try to through the glare and everything. I mean, just everything is pretty much amazing. Like, first page, he's playing poker with his dog. It's awesome. Literally cleaning his house by just flamethrowering everything. But the coolest, yes, here it is. It's this panel where it shows you he's kind of crawling through like the sewers or something, and you see him making his way through the pipes and see the world around him as he's doing that. I think that's awesome. I hope that showed up all right. It's so cool. I also really like Supergirl's art in this. They make her look very cool. Still got to watch that movie. Just came out. Definitely on my list of things to do, but I've been a bit busy. Oh, it's awesome. The two dogs kind of getting into trouble together, causing havoc. Yeah, it was a really good issue and very well drawn, like everything else has been. Just fits the tone of Lobo so well. Okay, next up is End of Life issue number 5. Still really good. It gets better every week, honestly, or every issue. Like I said before, he goes to this amusement park where there's this weird guy with a gang, and he kidnapped someone he's kinds of friends with, kidnapped their kid. He goes and he tries to save him. He's doing all right at first, but then he kind of gets played, and his dad saves him yet again, which, spoiler alert, they were kind of setting it up like he was dead, but he's not. He managed to make it through, even though he's an old man dying of cancer. He still won a gunfight, so pretty cool. Absolute Flash issue 16. I found this to be a bit better than the last few. It seems like it's kind of picking up the pace again, even though it's dealing with Gorilla Grodd now instead of Mirror Man or whatever. But yeah, we have Wally and Grodd reunite. Some really good action in this, actually. Yeah, it's a good read. I'm hoping it kind of wraps up and gets the overall plot moving again, because Wally's still looking for his dad. And last but not least is actually Absolute Batman issue 21. This is actually my pick of the week. I forgot to lead off with this, but honestly it was really close with all the DC stuff. Nothing really was way above the rest, but just given the consistency of Absolute Batman and really cool fight scene that Batman has with the Robins that are in like giant mech suits, really sick. And on top of that, you have scenes with Bruce Wayne's friends and how they're kind of debating whether or not to help Bruce out, or if, you know, they're abandoning him. Some pretty touching scenes there. So you got a little bit of everything in this one. So yeah, probably overall it was the best one. I will say I didn't see too much about like Two-Face. He's in it. I don't think he does the coin thing, or if he does, I don't remember it. Nothing really stood out that much about that. It's kind of like the last issue probably, where he'll play a bigger role. in the next issue instead of this one. That wraps it up for DC though. Gonna go on to Marvel. And talking about pick of the weeks being kind of even, yeah, this is the same thing with Marvel too. Overall, just in terms of like what I had the most fun reading, was probably Wonder Man. It's nothing too serious. It's not like gonna change your life the way it's written or anything. It's just fun, funny too. There's a bit of a romance scene. I don't know if you've ever seen The Magician, where they have like they're making love and they're like floating in the air. It's kind of what happens in this too. They're flying through the sky, and I guess there's like reports about it later on, like nude figures flying in the sky. But yeah, their romance kind of sparks off. That's after, of course, Wonder Man gets out of the hospital because he's been impaled by the scythe, and I guess all three of them are going to survive. It was such a goofy scene. I described it last time when I was talking about it. Dude has the portals, and he makes a portal, and as he's about to get stabbed, it goes through the portal, and like Wonder Man, Wonder Man's brother, and Spot or whatever his name is, they all get stabbed. It's awesome. We find out kind of who's behind the murders, and it's not really some kind of like supervillain or anything. It's a normal dude, which is kind of what I've liked about this. It's just been normal types of crimes and people. Yeah, it's just a fun read. I know it's nothing crazy, but it's something I always enjoy picking up. And next up from Marvel is The Punisher issue 5. Yeah, so this does the whole fight with Jigsaw and the Punisher. It's serviceable. Honestly, it's just not that exciting. It kind of does that bad guy thing where it's like, oh, I can kill you now, but I gotta, give you a chance to get away for the plot. It's okay though. It's very on theme, but I get annoyed by that where it's just you make the villain stupid. There should be more logical ways that he gets out of it, like someone shows up or something like. But just doing like an evil speech and going to do something else while the guy's there and ready to be killed. I hate when the good guys win that way. Next up, Sorcerer Supreme issue 7. Really good, really good. There's a wizard or sorcerer from the quantum realm. He works with Wanda to defeat this kind of portal, black hole, geyser thing that's appeared at one of the sanctums. They have to work together because it's like linked between their worlds. They're both using different kinds of magic. There's like dimensional magic, like talking about the 2D dimension. She uses spells from there that she found in Doctor Strange's book. The magic's really like high level, like weird in this, like quantum magic. This combines math and magic. I don't know. It's cool. It's a cool character. I don't know why that makes them seem like they're romantically involved. I mean, they hit it off. They have a good fight together, but I don't know. And at the end of this issue, we have kind of like this reveal of this super cannon in outer space or something that's gonna destroy them or something. So it sets that up. It's kind of a weapon of that big bad guy that they've set up a few issues ago. So it's been exciting. It's been good. Last up for Marvel is The Amazing Spider-Man issue 31. So this is the talk. We find out that Aunt May and Uncle Ben had tried to have kids in the past, and there were miscarriages and a lot of trouble, and they eventually gave up. But somehow, perhaps there was a switch up at birth or something, because their son survived, and they just found out now. I don't know. We don't know exactly what happened yet. Plus, there's like a little side story with some fighting at like a mobster, like arena thing. I don't know what the backstory on that is, but we'll see more on that next issue too. Really good art for those fight scenes, by the way. That's it for Marvel, though. It was a short stack. For the indies, we got the $1 Trillion Kid. This I talked about in the video from last week. If you want to see more, then I would check that out. But honestly, this is also my pick of the week for the indies. There's some other really good books. Pretty much all the indies were good this week. But this was awesome. And Jeff Johns kills it once again. But yeah, if you want more details, check out my other video. Next up is If Destruction Be Our Lot. This is so weird still. What I don't really like about it is that we haven't gotten really much progress in this issue. It's another little bit of a side quest where the Abraham Lincoln robot's getting processed because of what he saw, which is humans. He pretty much is avoiding destruction. Friends one robot that kind of helps him get out of trouble. And at the end, he runs into a human again, kind of like in this maze of like a building that the robot destruction stuff was happening. So at the end, at least he runs into the humans, and we're gonna hopefully get some more progress and answers in the next one. But the writing is really good, really interesting, weird dialogue between this fake Abraham Lincoln robot and like regular robots that just absolutely despise him and keep telling him to shut up. And the art's really good. A lot of times I find robots to be kind of confusing, like all the mechanical parts. It's hard to keep track of when there's a bunch of robots, but it's really clean in this one. It's very easy to follow. Next up for the indies was Dog Tag number 2. I was surprised to see that this actually continues off from the first issue. I thought each issue would be its own thing, but it's not. It's the same character. He's the main character. So in the last one, it was a reporter that was kind of helping to sell the ruse that they weren't going to attack Normandy. They were going to attack further east and north. I forget where exactly the fake attack was, but he helped sell that ruse. And then as like a reward, instead of making him a proper war journalist, they make him like a commander of like, or not a commander, like a captain, or I don't know, an officer in charge of men, and they go on a mission. And you see kind of the moral, ethical dilemmas that he faces in terms of prisoners that they take, and they don't know what to do with them. And in the end, he kind of twists the rules a little bit, plays a trick to save one of the bad guys' lives, because he was a sniper, and snipers will always be killed, I guess, when they get captured. So he kind of saves them. So you see him kind of trying to keep his morality and his ethics in the middle of the war. So it's another really good issue in terms of like keeping it serious for, you know, World War II. No crazy quotes. I mean, the writing was good, but no crazy quotes that literally gave me goosebumps like the last one. Okay, and last up for the indies is Star Trek: The Last Starship issue 8. It was good. It was good. It still is dark. I said it's the darkest kind of Star Trek media I've ever consumed, whether it be TV shows, movies, or the comic books I've read. Yeah, it keeps that darkness, and we still don't really know for sure what's going on. Kirk is kind of doing his thing and is trying to figure out what the Borg wants and trying to get them to help him. And I'm a little confused as to what's going to happen next. I think Kirk's going to try to take over the ship and win the war on his own. But the other captain's kind of been letting Kirk do whatever he wants anyway, so I don't really get that. But I guess we'll see. All right, that is it, though. Yeah, that's all my books from last week. Now, let's take a peek at what I pulled this week. It was a pretty big list. So starting off with DC, I'm going to like not go over these too much because there's so many this week. Is that like 24 or something close to that? Swamp Thing issue 3 should be interesting. Last one ended on a bit of a cliffhanger where you're kind of, everyone's assuming that Swamp Thing is dead, but he's not, I'm assuming. Zatanna issue 3. This has been really good. I don't really remember what happened too much in the last one. I mean, I know that like government operation tried to kind of meddle in things and they made things worse. Zatanna was like on the brink of death or something too. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how it ended, so I'll definitely brush up on this one before I read. Dream Girls, a DC Pride event. I just talked about that one. So this should be the end of that, and we'll see Galaxy saving Dreamer, and hopefully Dreamer comes to terms with her shady past. Justice League Unlimited issue 20, Escape from Power's Planet. Yeah, I don't really remember what's happening in this either. I mean, there's always so much happening in these. Yeah, this one's kind of a blur for me. Another one I'll probably have to read the last issue to catch up on again because I don't remember. Absolute Superman, I do remember. So Superman was fighting, yeah, I forget his name, the like ancient Egyptian who gained godlike powers from Brainiac and was kind of betrayed, and he's been like in stasis, and now he's back and he's trying to take over his like throne as king of the world. And there was also this dude, yeah, I honestly forget what his like name is, but he was really cool. He was somehow keeping up with almost literal gods while he's just got armor he made while he was living out of his car or something. Absolute Wonder Woman issue 21. In the last issue, she was taken captive and then kind of got saved because she was teleported to Hades because she has a deal that she has to go back 1 month out of the year. Don't really know what's going to happen with this one because it's such a big change from what was going on, but we'll see. Green Lantern 36. Kyle Rayner's on cover. Hopefully it's all about him. The last one was mostly about him. Looks like he's in danger. I don't know. Under the knife. God, what? The last one I think was like about a plastic surgeon, so I don't know if it's still connected. I thought he wrapped that up. Oh, and last, but my actual favorite for DC right now, Superman issue 39, all about Superboy Prime. On this cover, he's literally reaching out to the reader like, hey, you get me out of here. Because he knows that these are comic books. It's the coolest concept ever. Now, Marvel is a much shorter list. Doom Quest issue 2, we've got Doom on the Titanic, enough said. Spider-Versity issue 3, looks like Carnage is in this. I thought they already just took care of Carnage in the Torment thing. Guess not. But hopefully we'll see a little bit in this about whether Norman Osborn is really turning evil, because he seemed like it was hinting at it, unfortunately, because I like him. Infernal Hulk, I'm still catching up on the Incredible Hulk, even though I've got the cover up there because I love the cover so much. Yeah, I haven't actually finished reading them, so that's on my list for sure. Captain America issue 12, Hell's Angel part 1. Yeah, so he's literally in hell now. His body's like in a coma, but he's in hell. Okay, a lot of indies. Oh man, that's a lot of indies. Megalith, the Olympus Saga number 2. Looking forward to that. Pacing was really good. Really liked the main character. Just this normal cop that was very kind and was helping like homeless people and stuff like that. And immediately volunteers to help this squad get into this structure that landed from outer space. He helps them go through the subway to find a way in, and it was like an action movie, and I'm hoping it keeps that pacing. Odin issue 2, last one was really creepy, and there was a lot of unanswered questions, and hopefully this is just as good, because honestly, it's the only horror book I've read recently where I actually almost feel a little bit of horror. The other ones just, I mean, they're good, but I don't really, it just doesn't affect me that much. Fireborn issue 3, sweet cover. Love the art on this. Love the coloring. Even like the trade dress stuff, like the Fireborn and the shifting of the colors on the title. Really good. This has been giving us a little bit of information every time. It's another giant size, so hopefully it has another flashback to show us how we got to this point. The Hab issue 3. This went up a level in the last issue for sure. We got a lot more information about what happened during the construction of this nuclear shelter, pretty much, for the billionaire and his employees. We learn about the dark past behind it, and things get even more serious in the Hab. Corpse Knight issue 3. This has been very good. The last one was a bit of a side quest, and I'm sure it's going to continue on that. Hopefully we see that wrap up and we see her going on to the next step, because I'm really curious to see if she gets to Joan of Arc, if Joan of Arc will actually help her, or probably just have her father killed because he's some kind of weird corpse knight. Next up is Red Roots issue 3. Looking forward to this. The last one left me very confused, but I'm thinking that as we get a few more issues in, it's going to have a very interesting world, very interesting lore, and strange fantasy vibes. It seems like there's a war going on. I'm willing to have this confusion period to get there. Narco issue 4. Kind of losing enthusiasm on this a bit. The last issue was a bit boring. Not much happened. Looks like someone else dies in this one though, so maybe not this issue, but we'll see. Hopefully it's good. And we got Nectar number 4. I believe this is the last one, so this will be good to see a wrap up. It's based in Salem, which is near where I live, so it's one of the main reasons I picked it up. My LCS is actually in Salem. Surprised they didn't have like a special version of it or something. That would have been cool. Yeah, it's been good. Last one definitely ended on a cliffhanger, so we'll see how that goes. 51 issue number 4 has been getting better every issue, and really like the art, like the writing. I think it would be a new arc in this one, or a new standalone story. We'll see. Is Ted okay? Issue 5. Come on. If you've been watching it all, then you probably know this is just one of my favorite books out right now, and every single issue I absolutely glaze it, and probably this one will be just as good. And last up is Conan the Barbarian issue number 32. This should be continuing a new arc too, so that will be interesting, because we had Son of Tooth for 2 or 3 issues, I think. The last one was just a big fight between them, so it'd be cool to see them move on. Now, I actually haven't decided what I'm going to read. Tempted to read Is Ted Okay? But that's issue 5. Yeah, I'm going to go with Megalith, the Olympus Saga number 2. Before I get into reading and reviewing Megalith, I'm going to just take a quick peek at what's on my pull list for next week and see what I'm excited about. I already know what the main thing is. Oh, and I just realized Bizarro's not in my stack here. I must have left it in my box. Yeah, Bizarro came out this week too. That's Bizarro number 2, written by Kevin Smith. So hell yeah, I'm excited for that. And Daredevil Pan-Dimensional 3D edition. Seems like it did come out, but my comic store didn't have it, so I just ordered it online. So I missed those 2 things, but yeah, that's on there as well. But now let's look at what's coming out next week, other than Absolute Martian Manhunter. Yeah, that's the main thing. Absolute Martian Manhunter number 12, which is the last issue of my favorite comic book series I've ever read in my short history of reading comic books, but it's by far my favorite. So, yeah, can't wait for that. There's a few other good things too. Been like an Iron Man. I'm gonna check out this Last Starfighter number 1 just to see. Wade Wilson Deadpool, hell yeah. Zorro 2, I was thinking about dropping it, but it's only 3 issues. I'll stick it out. Deadman number 2. Now I got the OG appearance of him. I'm even more excited to read that. Yeah. But honestly, Absolute Martian Manhunter is a big thing. It's going to be bittersweet. Cannot wait to read it, but I wish there was more, and hopefully there will be more later. But as I've said before, they have to be taking crazy amounts of drugs to be writing that book and drawing it the way they are. So give them a break, you know. Oh, She Spawn number 3 too. That's been awesome. Royals had that crazy cliffhanger last one. Yeah, it's not that many. It's only 13 books, but there's some good stuff there. Gonna give this a read and let you guys know what I think. Honestly, 10 out of 10. Damn, that took a turn I was not expecting. Oh man. Okay, I gotta show a few pages of this art. Are you seeing that? So it turns out what this is about is that there's 2 beings with absolute contempt for one another, at war for eons across space. And now Earth is in the middle of this war. And this megalith that was sent down was not to destroy the Earth, actually. It was so that the guy could control it, pass the test or whatever, and control it, and use it to fight this thing. So it's this thing versus this thing on the cover. Wow, I did not see that coming. I really did not. And the way it got to that ending was amazing too. It was like the cop and the military dudes were going for weeks through this megalith and were like climbing mountains that were vast and they didn't even understand how it could be inside it. They were going through jungles and stuff like that. So probably some mind games going on there too. I already liked this after issue 1 and I like it even more after issue 2. I did not expect it to take this turn and I'm so excited to read more. Probably one of the books I'm most looking forward to now after that ending. Cannot wait to see what happens. I highly recommend you guys read this if that sounds interesting at all to you, because the art and the writing has been really good and it's a very cool premise. That about wraps it up for today though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope to see you guys next week.